It keeps growing. I can't stop it. I have a serious problem. Although someday my kids will have the coolest collection of DVDs to grow up on. Do you ever think about the fact that our kids are going to be able to watch these someday? In theory, little Luke and Arthur Jr. are going to be able to watch our vlogs and see the rowdy shenanigans we got up to in college. There's a thought. Anyway. So today I mostly want to sell you guys on Fate, which I've talked about before, briefly. It's the one that we use in our current game that we're playing, but I don't have anything else to say this week, frankly, so I'm gonna talk about Fate. Fate is a system that works in any setting, so like if you want to play a Western, cool. If you want to play a BoJack Horseman RPG, great. If you want to play a homebrew setting where you play as sentient internal organs and you all have superpowers and compete to make the host organism commit crimes, I don't know, that's your therapist's problem, not Fate's. Fate can do it fine. It also has a strong like character narrative emphasis, which is one of the reasons why I think that it would appeal to Devin really strongly. Essentially, Fate is the way that Devin DM'd our DC campaign, but like given structure. Do you guys remember how we didn't obey the rules at all? I remember that. So Fate uses it's kind of a D3 system. It uses like special dice in theory, but in practice they're functionally like D3s basically. So you have skills, right? And what the skills exactly are can vary depending on the setting that you're playing. But you have your list of skills, and your character has, you know, good scores in some skills and less good skills in others. It's pretty basic stuff. But skills are the only like stats that you have, and most of leveling up involves just moving up those skills. But you don't like level up by like XP, you do it by like when there's a story milestone, that's when you level up. But there's other kind of mechanics based on your character that aren't strictly speaking stats. So aspects is the big one. So every character has these 5 kind of short phrases that describe part of their characterization called aspects, and those can mechanically influence the game. So Ultio, for example, may have had some aspects like revenge at any cost, or we were family once, or my chicken is all I have left. And Crip might have aspects like, this is all I know, or doesn't have time for your crap, or big leagues, big leagues, big leagues. And every session you get a few of these things called fate points, which are essentially, they're force points. They're force points, but they're called fate points. And what you can do is you can use a fate point to invoke one of your aspects, or invoke one of somebody else's aspects, or invoke an aspect of the situation, because the situation, other things can have aspects too. And if you can come up with a compelling reason why you invoke that aspect, then you get either a chance to reroll your roll, or you get a +2 in your roll, which under the system is, +2 is a much bigger deal than it would be under a D20 system. So for instance, let's say that Kato and Reed are out fighting some color zombie things, and Kato's getting surrounded, and Reed is like, I shoot them, but he fails his roll, and he has some kind of aspect that essentially says that he and Kato are brothers, and he's like, I invoke that aspect. Since I'm trying to save Kato, I would try even harder, and I would be much more focused, and he'd be like, okay, you've invoked that aspect, you trade in a fate point, and you get like a +2 bonus or whatever. And combat, actually, there's a lot of cool distinctions. Combat, it's nigh on impossible to kill characters. It's very difficult to kill characters, but you can like leave them battered and bruised beyond recognition and like permanently scar them and have changes forever. And like fighting is not just about like doing damage. It's also, there's a lot of like creating advantages, invoking aspects. It's character-based fighting. All of your moves, the most effective way that you can fight mechanically, the thing that gives you the best bonuses, is by kind of invoking things relevant to your character or things relevant to the person that you're fighting. And damage isn't all physical either. Like attacking them mentally is just as an effective way of like getting through people, and obviously not like a super combat focused system, but it makes combat a lot better. And like obviously I can't explain the whole rule system right now in this 5-minute vlog, but basically what I'm saying is that I really like this system. I think it's really good. I think that you guys should definitely give it a try at some time. It's one book, covers all your needs, player, DM, it's 25 American dollars, and you should get it. Alright, bye. P.S. In response to Devin, yes, entertainment means different things to different people, but also D&D maybe not just entertainment? Discuss.